Hello, FGCU swim fans, back with you with another edition of the Big D podcast. Before I bring in Coach Rollins, please subscribe, like, and share the Spunky Spectrum Sports YouTube page to see all my content: football, baseball, golf, NASCAR, soccer, and yes, swimming, all on the Big D podcast. Also check out the Big D podcast for you audio listeners on Spotify and Apple. So jumping into the deep end with me today is FGCU swimming head coach Dave Rollins as the Eagles prepare for their season to begin October 14th with a dual meet against Campbell. So coach, you ladies ready to rumble in a month?
In a month, we'll be ready to go. Yes. Right now, we're still getting started, getting rolling. We're getting into our season, but yeah, in a month, we'll be primed and ready to go.
Yeah. So obviously, a month out from when the season starts. So, what kind of training are you girls doing? Are you doing more? I mean, obviously, you swim, but are you just doing swim, or are you doing like cardio weight training outside the pool?
Yeah. So we're weightlifting. Some groups are 4 times a week, some are 3, some are 2. We're doing conditioning outside of the water depending on the weather. So as you know, here in Southwest Florida, we get a lot of lightning this time of year. And so sometimes our practices are either cut a little short or we're not able to get in the water at all. So we do a lot more land-based work, which includes running, a lot more cardio type work, jump rope, core stability stuff. And then when we are in the water, we're doing a lot of kicking and start off the season with a lot of body position type work as well to make sure that we're in a good spot. But yeah, we're starting to get rolling. It's getting pretty exciting. As long as these storms can stay to the side, we'll be in good shape.
Yeah, be honest, I thought this morning was looking like one of those rain days, but now it's definitely changed.
Absolutely. It was a little chilly this morning on deck. It was Florida cold, as we like to call it. It was a little Florida chill.
Florida cold? It felt like it was 800% humidity.
Yeah, that's why it was cold.
At this rate, you're going to bring parkas when it's 70 degrees.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think we'll break them out here in a month and a half or so, and it starts to get really Florida cold.
I remember being there for a dual meet a few years ago, and you actually had to wear jackets.
Yeah. People don't believe me. It does get chilly here, but especially being outdoors and swimming outdoors, and you have to go through a couple towels. You got to make sure your towels stay dry as much as you can to help the athletes get stay dry and warm.
Okay, so taking a look at your schedule here, and you've got some interesting meets. I mean, obviously the dual meet and Campbell is going to be a big one, but you've got meets against South Carolina, Tennessee. You're going to Athens, Georgia, Miami. You've got a bunch of your ladies that will be all over the country, and not just performing in big meets.
Yeah. No, it's been a goal of ours this year to get off campus a little bit more. The last couple of years, with either travel restrictions or budgetary restrictions, we had to keep things a little bit closer to home. So getting the opportunity to send the team to a few more places is going to be really beneficial for us this year. So going up to Columbia, South Carolina, get a chance to swim, not just South Carolina, but a few other programs. I think Vanderbilt's going to be there, UNC Wilmington, a couple of our conference teams. I think Georgia Southern and North Florida are going to be there as well. And there might be 1 or 2 that I might be missing, but give us a chance to get out of our little bubble and take the show on the road.
The Eagle Express heading to Columbia, to Knoxville, and all these other areas.
Yep, absolutely.
Actually, when I lived on the East Coast, I remember that FGCU not swim, but FGCU diving competed at Coral Springs, and I remember the diving board that was in Coral Springs, because that was like 10-15 minutes from my house over there.
Yeah, I think the ladies will be heading back there this February as well. Maybe end of January, early February. Can't fully
I think
remember when that is.
I think it's February 4th, so it's the Saturday before the Super Bowl.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. We'll get the rest of the weekend off and we can all enjoy the Super Bowl.
Wait a minute, you mean until conference championship the following week?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, just the rest of the weekend, right? We can take Sunday off.
I see. Though that'll be the Pro Bowl, and
nobody watches the Pro Bowl, you know that.
I mean, I don't know. People have been watching football no matter if it's the XFL, USFL, or the PFL, whatever it is.
That's true. That's fair.
So obviously times are changing, and this year's going to be different because two of your key swimmers, Petra and Tori, are gone. They've gone off to greener pastures. So what do you expect this year from your swimmers?
As I told them beginning of the year, I don't expect anybody to be Tori. I don't expect anybody to be Petra. I expect them to be themselves, and whatever the best version of themselves is going to put us in the greatest position to be successful. So, I think it creates a lot of opportunity because there's some openings for people to slide in and step up, but it also allows them to, start to realize what they're capable of and, get their chance to shine as well.
I mean, not just in swim, but in all sports, everybody says next man up. When in your case, it's next swimmer up. And now this is my chance to show that that FGCU believed in me, and now I've got a chance to swim, whether it be the 200-yard IM, and yes, it is 200-yard. It's not 200 meters like the Olympics or the World Championships.
That's right. Yeah, and I think we have a great group of returning women, and brought in a lot of exciting new faces as well. So it's going to be quite a fun little mix. It's been fun to see them competing with one another in practice so far as well. So I think there's going to be a few little surprises here and there, but that's definitely going to be it's a good group of women for sure.
Yes. Just like it was when I was at FGCU a few years ago, it seems like your women come from all over the world. I mean, all these women come from Iceland, Denmark, Germany, Slovakia, Poland, Great Britain, Croatia, Czech Republic. I mean, you've got everywhere except Spain and Italy in Europe.
We're trying. It's something about these European women. They like Florida and they like the weather, so we're a hot spot for them to want to come to.
Is it the pool, the beach, or the warm weather?
Yes, it's all the above. It's the sunshine. It's swimming outdoors. It's the beach. It's everything.
Yeah, let's see. Swimming in warm weather on New Year's Eve, or shivering on New Year's Eve. What do you think I would rather be doing in Prague? Yeah, I'll take warm weather.
Yep, I'd rather be at the beach on New Year's Eve watching the sunset than bundling up in my coat and hat, trying to stand outside and watch the ball drop.
Yeah, although watching the ball drop might be fun in New York once, but only once.
I'll watch it on TV, and I'll watch a recording or something and be asleep by 10 o'clock.
Yeah, so who should we be looking forward to leading your squad this year?
It's a great question. You're not the first person to ask, and I'm sure you won't be the last. But it's really up to them. I think the team it's primed for people to step up and to really shine. I don't think there's one or two individuals that are head and shoulders above recognizing compared to other people. I think we have a very strong group of women across the board, and like I said before, I think it's up to them to, to step up and see what they're capable of doing. I mean, we do have some returning, conference champions. Michaela Sizemore has been a finalist for us over the years. Lucy Salento was a finalist. She was on, Claire McAtee's been a champion on relays. Haley Giroux is a finalist and, champion on relays. I don't want to leave anybody out. So I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. We just have a really, really good, strong group of women, for sure. Julia Rodriguez has won the 100 butterfly for us before. So you never really know. I mean, it could be, one of our freshmen or transfers that came in that starts to stand out, or, some of our returners who, see that opportunity for them to continue to develop and have a great year. So there's lots of opportunity. It's a long worded answer. And I don't have just one or two names for you, because it really could be anybody.
And also maybe who wants it the most, because you think, if I put in that extra effort, because to me, everybody says racing is harder than training. It's the other way around, because if you train hard, you put in the work in August, September, and October, when it comes to conference season, when all the chips are on the line, that extra work makes all the difference.
Yep. Well, yeah, and they have to believe in what they're doing as well. If their mind's in a good spot and they believe in what they're capable of doing, then they're going to be hard to beat.
So, if you could pick one school, one place that you wish the FGCU could visit in the future, swimming wise, what would it be?
One place that we could visit, like as a team, like just take a team trip and go check things out, or we're gonna a school. Okay. I would. There's two that stand out to me.
Let me guess. Let me see if I could guess them. One of them is Gainesville.
We've been to Gainesville. We've done that before.
Okay.
So you're 0 for 1, but that's okay. I think it would be great to take the team and visit Northern Arizona, which is in Flagstaff. Because the Grand Canyon is right there. We could take a trip. I don't think many of these girls have had an opportunity to ever see that much out west. Plus, competing, or at least maybe getting a couple of days of training at altitude is beneficial. Competing is a whole nother beast, but that could be a lot of fun to do as a team. The other would be upwards, around the DC area, whether it's Georgetown, American, Howard, whoever it might be up in that area, just for the cultural aspect of seeing everything that there is to see in the DC area.
I didn't think you would. I actually didn't think you would say Northern Arizona, but I realized NAU's become maybe not a powerhouse, but it's become bigger in running, and also with the altitude, because I don't remember many swim meets, whether it be national, international, at altitude. Because you talk about running at altitude, not necessarily swimming at altitude.
Yeah, you want to train and live at altitude and compete at sea level. That's the best benefit. Their NAU's cross country team is probably, if not the best, one of the best in the country, just from the sheer fact that they, have the facilities that they do, but then the ability to train where they live is hard to beat.
Yeah, no wonder why NAU, Brigham Young, Colorado, all these schools do well every year, because they train at 5,000 feet above sea level, whatever it is.
Yep. Yeah, just living at altitude is an aerobic workout, so they get all those benefits.
Yeah, then we would all suffer. Then us Floridians would suffer from altitude sickness.
It takes a bit of an adjustment. I don't think a couple of days would do us too much harm, but yeah, that's been something that I've thought about and wanted to do for a little while, is take the team out there.
You imagine doing a 1650 at 5,000 feet.
I've seen women do it. I've seen men do it. It's it's tough, but it's nice because you get the NCAA actually does time conversions if you compete at altitude, so you can actually get your time to be faster because you're competing at altitude.
Yeah, so then we're gonna have Katie Ledecky swim at altitude, and everybody else is gonna swim at sea level.
I think that'll level the playing field
a little.
Ledecky would probably still win. She's incredible.
I think she'd win just by showing up. Go ahead. So what would be a successful season from you as a coaching standpoint for your goals?
I think it's going to be tough because our conference is a little different this year. We have some new teams joining, so the overall conference finish is going to be, it could be anybody's meets. You know, the plan, nothing's official at this point, but the plan with Queens joining. Queens is an incredible swimming program. Obviously we're still competing with Liberty for one more year. Potential of adding James Madison and Old Dominion to our conference for this year is still on the table and a possible reality. So, you know, Asheville's obviously continuing to be a strong program. I would say that a successful year for us would be, you know, for our returners, you know, if they're able to be a little bit better than they were a year ago, time wise, you know, seeing that improvement, you know, seeing our newcomers where they kind of fall in line and see where they are. But for us to be successful it's kind of a based on the individuals, right? If they're capable of, you know, doing everything they can to be the best version of themselves at the end of the season, then that's a success for us. You know, if we're hoisting a trophy at the end of the year, or we're, you know, or not, it's not the end all be all of the season. Yeah, winning's great and winning's incredible and it's an amazing feeling and accomplishment. But, you know, if we do everything we can and the team does the absolute best that they can, they perform to the best of their abilities, and that doesn't happen, then we still had a very successful year for sure.
And you know what? Everybody's still chasing PBs. I mean, if you're PB in one event's 157 and then the next year you're 153, you would call that a successful year because I improved 4 seconds.
Yeah, which is really hard to do. I would absolutely be ecstatic if I, you know, saw some of our ladies drop 4 seconds in their 200s.
I mean, I would be doing backflips in the water if I could improve 4 seconds in any 200 yard or 200 meter event.
Me too.
Although be honest, I don't think you want me doing backflips. Okay, so thanks for hopping on, Coach. We wish you the best this year, and check out FGCU October 14th and 15th in a dual meet against Campbell. You better check out the relays because when I was at FGCU, the women were ecstatic no matter who was swimming, but in a relay race, get your popcorn ready because
that's right. We're gonna that first dual meet. We're gonna have some. We just decided, speaking with the other coaches today, that we're gonna do. We're calling them shootout 50s. So they're gonna be elimination 50s. So on day one, we're gonna have the 50 freestyle. So the teams are gonna put up 8 athletes on each team, and then they're gonna run a heat. The top 8 finishers advance to the next rounds, and then we'll run them again. The top 4 will advance to the final, and then the final 4 will duke it out for to be the 50 free champion. And the next day, we're going to do the same thing with the stroke 50s.
Ooh, I like it. It's like a mini March Madness or maybe mini Pool Madness.
Yeah, a little mini Oktoberfest. That'll be what we're doing.
That'll be my drinking for the day. Instead of drinking an alcoholic beverage, I'll be indulging in what elimination 50s.
Yep, it'll be fun.